How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Just figured I'd fire Lucky up here and let her run for a little bit just to get her warmed up. It's not that cold outside right now, but we're going to take her for a little bit of a spin, hauling her little sister, the Irish Pirate Queen, otherwise known as Grace O'Malley, with us for the first time in well over a week. If you don't know, if you missed the last few videos, I was repairing my tow hitch system, my Blue Ox tow hitch system. I went through a whole rigmarole where it seemed like I was sort of up shit creek without a paddle, for lack of a better term. And the one option was I could buy a new tow bar for $1,350, which I wasn't in love with that idea. I'm not gonna lie, and I was told that it was not repairable. Well, I appear to have repaired it. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. We haven't taken off yet. It could all just come falling apart in our hands. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But I wanted to see if I could come in under $100 to fix it, but I had to buy tools and get a part completely replaced, like manufactured out of thin air for it. And so I think I came in under $200, which is still way better than $1,350. So we're just giving the van a little minute here to warm up. We're gonna get everything kind of like situated for travel mode, and we're not gonna go very far. Everybody out there who's a bit of a douchebag, calm down, because they're probably watching. They're like, oh, excuse me, your van has issues, you need to be taking it into a mechanic. Yeah, it's true. I was talking about that at the end of the last video, and I still need to do that, but I'm not going on any major highways or long ass trips. I need to know that I can exist in my life, and I'm very well versed in the quality of my vehicle. So if you don't like it, you are very welcome to click away. There's no problem in doing that. But if you do that, oh, you're gonna miss out on this cute little putty cat. Yeah, I know. We had a great sleep last night as well. An incredibly good sleep. What I did last night after I finished filming is I turned my diesel heater on full blast, 35 degrees Celsius, filled the entire house up with all of this nice hot air. Did that for about 20 minutes, and then I shut it down. I closed the fans, I put both fan blockers up, and the place stayed nice and warm until what I thought was like the very wee hours of the morning. When I say wee hours, for me that's like 5:30 to 6:30 in there in the morning, right? That's when I was starting to feel that chill in the van like I do. So that's what time I thought it was, and I was pleasantly surprised. I picked up my phone, looked at the time, and it was 10 minutes to 8 in the morning. That's an amazing sleep for me. So very cool that I was able to find that way of making myself comfortable this time of year. It's not gonna last. Temperatures are about to drop. You're just acting so cute this morning. You're just so cute. Yes, you are. Why are you acting so cute this morning? I know. Should we get the good ship Lucky going? Anyways, I was very happy to get that good night's sleep. Doesn't happen very often around here. And now we are off on our day. It's a very easy day, very normal day today, puttering around. I'm going to see if this whole system repair works. And then we got some editing to do and just, relaxing in the city that we call home. All right, and speaking of editing, the computer's nice and handy. For the road, of course, we're gonna have to get our morning appropriate road pop. I'm actually very excited. I just got an email from Revita this morning, because I'm on their mailing list. They just launched their new apple pear flavor, the Prosperity green tea for the fall. I have to get on there and order me some of that to be sure. I've had it before because I had some samples when they were still like in the testing phase of it or whatnot, and it is delicious. But I'm excited to just be able to order it now and show it to you guys here on the channel. Are you freaking out? You already had breakfast. You can see remnants are right there. Don't you be lying. Just down here crying away. Again, as always, as of late, is this the issue over here? Is that the issue you're having? Yeah? Now. Is that what you want me to do before we take off? All right, hang on. Here, watch your head. Hard food is in here because right now the bag's too big to be putting in our top loading cabinet on the other side of Lucky. All right, fine. Here's your cookies. Stop freaking out. There. How you wanted? Everybody. Oh, you're ridiculous. You're just getting way more picky in your old age. I guess her and me both. And yes, I've got my new system here of charging up the EcoFlow going. I only had 60% on the VTOMAN charge because we discovered, I shouldn't say we discovered last night, but I was very quickly reminded that VTOMAN, the Jump 1000, does not have fast charging capabilities at all. It is an older model. I think I reviewed that back in I want to say 2022, maybe very early 2023 on my channel here. It's been a great power station. One of the only thing that doesn't work on it is one of these USB-C ports, hello darling, has stopped working. Other than that, it's completely fine. But because it's so old, when it's plugged into the wall, it only charges by 200 watts. So that ain't fast at all. So my new idea was I'm using this to charge this, because this is just too damn heavy to be lugging like in and out of my cousin's house or wherever else I might be. That one is lighter, although it's not like feather light. Let's not get carried away. But it is charging up right now. Oh, do you need some privacy? Does it work that fast? Okay, I'll give you a minute. Oh, she has changed her mind. Okay, very good. So right now I've got the EcoFlow set to wall charge. It's set to slow charge, which means that I can adjust how much it charges by. And right now I have it set it to 500. So the VTOMAN is capable of 1,000. I'm not going to push it that hard. Let's go in here, because right now it's saying it's going to take 2 hours to charge the EcoFlow from 58% to 100. Let's see how much we can push the jump. Let's go up to 9 and see what happens. Ooh, there she goes. Light them up, light them up. All right, so just under 900 watts. This hasn't really regulated its timer yet, but I can't imagine that's going to do any harm. Although what I might have to do with this VTOMAN is the fans are on either side of it. When it starts having that high of a draw, those fans will kick on. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that there's space. I don't need these right now. Let's unplug these. Make sure that there's space between these so it doesn't overheat. And cool. We'll let that do its thing. And we need to get lucky, ready for the road. Step 1, get a clip. Hold the curtain. Nailed it. Window blockers down. Feels like it's gonna be a nice day, not too hot, not too sunny though. That's another reason I wanted to run Lucky today, not only to warm her up, but to get her DC to DC charger working. I'm not using as much power anymore now that I'm not charging the EcoFlow with Lucky's inverter, but having a little bit of a charge going into the house batteries every day is always a good thing, to be sure. Is here. Oh, and I've had some people say you should swivel your seat around when you're driving. Now, with my configuration or whatever, as long as it's not reclined, I can see my passenger rearview mirror completely, no problem. I'm sorry if you can't. Oh, Penny's already up in her bed on the dashboard. Hello, darling. You ready to get going? She's like, yeah, it's been a day. Come on, man. Right? It's not like us to stay put for so long, is it? Huh? Normally we're bebopping all over the place, eh? Yeah, hi. Yeah, well, you're ready to go. I guess that means it's time to go, eh? All right, then. Okay, so, fingers crossed. Let's see how that all holds up. Make sure we plug in the brake monitor here. All systems are go. Looking good. Tally. Friggin' ho. That feels really good, I'm not gonna lie. What doesn't feel so good, of course, is Lucky's stupid grindings. I told you to stay off grinder, girl. We're gonna carefully drive her down to Fish Creek Park, just feel her out. When I'm actually going, everything is fine. It's very frustrating. You never have any sort of vehicle issues that are just black and white, easy to understand. Come along, Grace. Welcome back to the fleet. Fixing something like that, I mean, it's always going to be nerve-wracking when it's something you've never worked on before and considering what it is responsible for doing, right? But if you just take a minute and think about all of it. The worst thing that's probably going to happen, let's say if I didn't tighten something tight enough, right, which is really the only possibility, is it's not going to come flying apart. That's not how like nuts and bolts of that magnitude work, right? It'll end up loosening a bit and we'll go back to having this wiggle, and then hopefully I would notice that and we would just tighten her back up. That's really the be-all end-all of that situation. So it's important, at least for me, to focus on that when it comes to repairing stuff like this. Not that you asked. So many other people will be like, there's a road with the sky. Who cares? Hello, Jeep. Oh, look at that sparkly savanna over there. Nice and white. You're not an extended wheelbase, though. But you're still very shiny, sir. Part of me does wonder if the noise in Lucky is my wheel bearings, which would be super annoying. I actually don't know if I've talked about this on the vlog yet. I did mention it on Patreon once. But it's frustrating because I replaced both wheel hub assemblies like last year. Wheel hub should last longer than that. And they're not cheap, right? They're almost like $300 a piece. So that will suck if that's what comes back once I get her in. Stream of consciousness. It's just the way it is right now. Yes, it's the perfect time for a bath, eh, Penny? Bath with a view. And brake. Apparently I didn't get everything set into travel mode. That sound, I don't know if that's going to come across on the microphone or not. You would think it would be brakes because you can hear it when I'm braking. But I just did my brakes. And I know some people might be like, well, even though if you just did them, they could still be screwed up. The noise is the same. It was the same before I did my brakes and the same after. Like there was no change. So this is what it looks like when you're trying to diagnose shit on your own while driving the vehicle. Well, I mean, how else would you do it? But see, it's all working real well. Grace is coming right along, and really, that's what you want with a tow system. Perfect. Going down into Fish Creek Park this way, the side of the park that I usually prefer going to, the road in is very poorly maintained, or I guess another way of saying that would be it's in dire need of maintenance. It's very bumpy, very rocky. Yeah, the speed limit's 30 kilometers an hour, which is nice and slow, but with this and everything and that whole thought process of I repaired it, I'm not going to put it through that just yet, so we're going to veer off to the left and go to a different side of the park today, which we don't normally go to, but I guess I'm just saying this in hopes that anybody who maintains Fish Creek Park, that road needs to be fixed. Damn. I don't know, I kind of feel, or hear, I guess it's a mixture of both, a little bit of a whoop, 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 just when I'm driving without brakes, so unfortunately that even more so has me lean towards wheel hub assembly. I'm now remembering the last time I was down here, the bugs forced me out. I pulled over and I was going to start doing some filming and I was like, ooh, yuck, no, there was bugs everywhere. That was a month or so ago, if not a little bit longer, so maybe the bugs have effed off since then. This is such a pretty time of year though. I just missed all of those leaves that were on the ground, but absolutely gorgeous. Like, I really do like the fall. There's just so much more contrast with nature this time of year rather than everything just being green. Which I love green. Green's my favorite color, but you know what I mean. It's more so the heat of the summer that makes the season annoying for me. Like, look at this. And like, it's just so pretty. I also just heavy braked there to get that shot. And there's a lot of noise. Let's try that again. Let's just see if we can hear it. Huh. Super annoying. Ooh, I'm just coming up on the parking lot here. I haven't been here in a while. There's a lot of like construction looking stuff happening down here. Now, back when Calgary was under its water restriction mandate or whatever the hell was going on, the city was providing some non-potable water for people to come and pick up if they needed to for like watering their plants and stuff. This was one of those locations, but that's all done and over with. So now I'm wondering if they're finally redoing the washrooms down here, because these is one of a couple locations in the park that has like the old style washrooms, which are, you know, functional but yucky. Although I don't know they would take this many. No, maybe they're redoing a path. Never mind. Oh yeah, never mind then. I got ahead of myself. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Just a lot of stuff going on down here. Can I even get through? Oh yeah, there must be a driving path. That is a lot of trucks and trailers and equipment. Look at this guy, this digger over here. He's just making a path. Huh. Oh yeah, I can see the washrooms behind this truck here, in that little brown building. Yeah, no, that's still very much the old style washroom. Definitely not what they're doing here. Oh wait, but maybe this is what maybe that is what they're doing. Maybe they're moving the plumbing and stuff, because they're building some sort of structure right over there. Maybe that is going to be new washrooms. That's cool. You excited, Penny? I don't think we're going to stay here. The path's all torn up and junk. And there's people everywhere. People are even out on their... Really? People are out on the river today? Hardcore. Alright, well... let's find somewhere else, because if we gotta go, we don't want to have to go in a super save. Yikes. Not that we're above it. We do have a bucket. But you know what the difference is? Nobody else uses my bucket. Well, I guess I'm just cursed from coming down to this location for a while. There's always going to be something going on. Although it is curious, I was down at a different location that's kind of that way a few days ago, and they were doing something down there. There's a bunch of... I was there on the weekend, so nobody was actually working, but they had a bunch of like construction fence up with equipment and whatnot too, and a path closure. I don't know what the hell's going on. You can make work projects. All right, well, you know what? We will just go down into the normal section, I guess, on that bumpy ass road. We're just gonna go extra slow, extra careful, extra cautious. Careful, cautious are interchangeable. I know. Yeah, okay, you go really slow, and it's not too bad. This isn't the section of this section of the road's completely fine. But we went nice and slow, and we made it no problem. Another reason I like this time of year is just the trees just look so much cooler. That probably has something to do with the fact that I have a little bit of an inkling for like horror movies and stuff. That's funny. That saying that reminds me of a meme that Lindsay sent me a few days ago. I can't remember it verbatim, but to paraphrase it, it's basically like the obsession with the Goosebump books back when we were kids leads to a mild obsession in your adulthood with horror movies and horror stories and whatnot. And that's probably spot on. I loved those books. I had like all of them, the whole collection lined up. Now I really like it when I see scraggly looking trees, so there's probably a connection there. Just gonna pull in here, and we're just gonna keep it nice and simple. Nothing fancy. Pull over here. Straighten out the whole rig. And we made it. And Grace is still attached. And Penny's still having a bath. How dirty are you? And if we open up the Renogy app here, we'll see exactly what's going on. Yeah, so didn't use a lot of power in Lucky yesterday, but she's still requesting 677 watts. And the goal is always to get that number as close to zero as possible. Then you know you're basically full. These 12-volt battery systems are a little bit of a pain in the ass to figure out, but we let them charge up a bit more. We should be good. What's going on with the VTOMAN back there? Oh no, did I already kill it? Oh, let's see. I heard the fan on the VTOMAN going just a moment ago, and it has since clicked off. So we already worked through. Oh no, it's still on. I just couldn't see the screen. 27%, still charging. I docked it back down to 500 watts because I just thought that other stuff was crazy. Only 62 though. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think if this is going to be the sort of like cycle that I have going for the next year and a bit, I'm probably going to have to replace the Jump 1000 with a fast charge alternative. I was looking at the Jackery like 880 and the Jackery 1000 on Craze Outdoors website yesterday. They're both over $1,000 though, so it's not really worth doing as of now. But we'll see. I should probably just go down to Craze and see how heavy all that stuff is and see if they are in fact lighter than this guy. Who knows? But in the terms of my situation, where I'm at my cousin's for dinner for, well, it's usually I think like 4 hours out of the day, twice a week, fast charging might be beneficial. Again, stream of consciousness, so I don't forget any of this stuff. Come back here, everything looks good to me. That much wiggle is just because of this. This all here still feels great. Next up, I should probably replace the washers and stuff in here. I think that kit that I ordered does come with it. There's a bolt that goes straight through here with a, I believe, a nylon lock nut. Yeah, there it is. Take that off, take this out, and then replace the washers that are in there as well. And then I could grind all this down and repaint it because it's getting a little rusty. I did mention it before. I might just wait and do that when I'm in BC because painting out here, I proved to myself it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But when I'm there for Thanksgiving, that could be a good opportunity to do it. There are flies everywhere at this location. Thank you very much. But they're tiny, it's okay. We can tolerate those, more or less. Yuck. So that's probably what I'll do. It should survive because I'm only taking the Jeep out to my parents the next time I go for that trip. Myself, Brooklyn, and the big fat putty tat. The good ship Lucky, I don't know, might actually, who knows, it should either be staying at Lindsay's or maybe we can organize it so that she goes to the mechanic shop for while I'm there. But that's kind of annoying too, to have a vehicle sitting there. We'll talk to them and see. Maybe I should call them and see what they have for availability. That's way more important. It's a lovely day down here. It's not too chilly, not too cold. I probably need to go for a little bit of a walk, if I'm being honest. Take some meds for my back. She's pretty sore, probably because I was farting around with that this morning and tightening and reefing and everything. Yeah, a little bit of a walk, a little bit of drugs, and get on with our day. All right, where are we? There we go. Little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. For those that are interested, I'm still weaning myself off gabapentin. I've got that many pills left. Today is not a pill day for gabapentin in my self-diagnosed weaning. So we'll skip that one today. Where's my water bottle? I hadn't. What? It's huge. Where is it? You here? It's the only place for you to. I was gonna say it's the only place for you to be, and then you're not there. I literally filled it at the end of the last video last night. Have I? What? Hello? Oh, there you are. Yikes. Sitting on the bed. Like I said at the end of that video, I got a lot of storage space on my bed. Come on. There you go, you. And a little bit of breakfast. Yes. You know what I'm a little concerned of? I love that that brand Siggy's yogurt. I think is that the Icelandic one? I can't remember. But it's really good, and it was on for a great price at Walmart, but it was a rollback price. Now, being someone who has been at Walmart as long as I have, I should know this better than I do. Does rollback basically mean clearance? I don't think it does, but they are also completely now out of the Siggy's. And they were selling it for like under $5 for a jug like this of that ice cream, of that yogurt. Whereas like everywhere else, it's just under $8. I'm very, very concerned, and these are my valid concerns, that Walmart's not going to be carrying it anymore, and they were just putting it on that price to get rid of it. I mean, this is great ice cream as well. This is that crema stuff, but it's got a little bit more sugar and way less protein than the Siggi's, unfortunately. Look at all the things you learn when you start paying attention to yogurt. And while we're down in the park, we will take care of our chores as well. Number one. Woo! Penny, you've been drinking your water. That's good. Right, we could actually probably top this up with some fresh wood pellets. Those are in the back of Grace, though. We'll do those later. Whew. Yikes. All right. One and two. And yeah, I mean, it's pee. You just dump it on the grass, but you can also set this example when you have it available. Okay, that is done. That's okay. Take care of you later. All right then. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk now, but I didn't charge the phone that I'm recording on, so you all stay here and hold down the fort. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, all charged up. Did a nice little walk around here. Not too bad. My leg definitely started acting up quite a bit, so I'm clearly out of practice, but that's okay. We got the whole future ahead of us. VTOMAN is dead AF. I've just been doing some tidying up of the Irish Pyre Queen, getting stuff out of there that need to be there, all of that extra paper that I was using to protect the mat from the spray paint on the tow system the other day. That's all taken care of now. I'm going to keep the grinder in the back there because, again, if I'm going to be touching up that tow system when I get to BC, I'm definitely going to want to have that with me. Now I got the overstock of litter here, and oops, this is getting a little sparse. Wish I had known that when I was at Canadian Tire yesterday. Like, obviously this is not the end of the world. I could probably just pour all this in there. That might actually end up being too much. So we'll just scoop some fresh stuff in there. Penny's hiding behind the geyser. Hi, how are you? Watching me take care of your toilet? Here you go. Fresh wood pellets. Pour vous. Don't want this too full, because if you got too many wood pellets in here, it makes it a lot harder to sift the pissy sawdust out, doesn't it? You wouldn't know. Shove that back in there. Bring this back to Grace's boot. Just slowly getting stuff organized. Vanlife chore days. Super excited. There we go. And while I have this whole situation going on here, I should probably clean Lucky's bats. At least shake them out. Oh, and maybe vacuum up around the little girl's toilet area. Hi. Where's that vacuum at? Over here. Reach and... Oh. Got it. Yeah, I'll do it. All right, and the VTOMAN has definitely served its purpose. It's already on low, and I may or may not have been playing some games, so we are back down to 85% on the EcoFlow. So we have to keep our eye on that. The sun is out now. Well, the sun's out. It's warmer now, which is not the same thing as the sun being out. I'm just curious how much solar power we happen to be pulling right now. 47 watts, which is basically nothing, so yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. Kitty cat dish up here. The other dish is soaking with vinegar. Let's put the VTOMAN up on the bed. And actually, EcoFlow, you're going to have to go up there too, boy. It's a lot heavier though. I need both hands. Hi-ya! Wind up the cables. Toss back there. One mat. And two mats. Whew. Whew. These things are as comfy as they are in your feet. They're almost too thick in terms of like holding schmutz. Might be worth it to replace. I don't know yet. Because I mentioned before how nice this puzzle piece flooring is. It is nice and soft. But those mats give a nice sort of sense of home, I guess, for lack of a better term. Okay. Schmutz, I'm coming for you. And this is how quickly things can just sort of present themselves, and then I decide to do something about them. I was cleaning up the doorway here. I was sweeping off all the schmutz from on here, and there's a whole bunch of dirt and stuff caught in here. And I was really looking at this spot here where I put that alien tape weather sealing forever ago. And if you look underneath there, like it's so rusted, right? Like this isn't really even holding. I don't even know if this stuff's actually doing much. I just took one layer off. It came off like nothing, so it's clearly not grippy. I should have touched this stuff up before I put this tape down when I did that, which was, well, a few months ago at this point. But talking about the grinder and having just done that with the hitch assembly, I think what we're going to do right now is just tidy this edge up a little bit and then spray paint it black. And I'm not going to stress out about covering everything. I'm just going to, well, you know what? You'll see what I'm going to do. First, let's take this alien tape off. See how hard that is to do. So there's the one layer and the second layer. Oh, it's actually holding on a lot better. Ugh, but yeah. Yikes. So we're going to get the grinder out of Grace and clean all that up. Yuck. And hopefully make the entrance to our tiny home on wheels just a little cleaner. It's not like you can, you don't really see it unless you know to look at it, but I know it's there, and that's enough for me. So again, we're just going to come back here, and I just hid that, hid it, stored it, whatever, right in here. A little tricky with one hand. Come here, you. There we go. This usually lives in the back of Lucky in the big slide out drawer, but I was just using it, so now here it is. Yeah, I know, I still need to clean up Lucky's ass too. It is what it is. All right, so in this case, I'm not going to bother pulling the EcoFlow out. We're just going to actually use what we installed, which are not these chips, although delicious. I want a little bit of a Ruffles chip kick right now. I know these are Lay's, but when I say Ruffles, I just mean wavy chips. That and some nice onion dip. Anyway, inverter on. That gives us power. Boom, right here. Open that guy up, get the grinder, and see if we can clean it up a bit. All right. Apologies to the people of Fish Creek Park. Thank you for your services. Well, I probably should have done this before I vacuumed in here. Woo! Just a little more schmutzy now. Yikes, yikes, yikes. That's okay. Probably have to use a wipe or something to clean this up. And I'm not going to get too picky, but there we go, right? We kind of got a majority of the rust off. Again, it's like I said, I'm not being too picky. We're just keeping the good ship Lucky looking a little bit nicer for a little bit longer. There we go. These body wipes also make really good cleaning wipes in a pinch. Somebody's going to be like, well, it doesn't have this in it, so it's not actually getting it clean. Shish, shish, shish. It's doing a great job. There we go. Got the majority of that all nice and clean again. And now, we just need a way to prevent painting what we don't want to paint. Nice, this is the paint we have, so Lucky's gonna have a nice glossy step, but whatever. And we're just gonna use the VTOMAN here to just block what we don't want to paint as we go, because honestly, that's one of the things that I get tripped up on the most when it comes to projects like this, is the minute details of things, like masking off everywhere where you don't want there to be paint, just so that the paint is absolutely perfect. And don't get me wrong, there are absolutely times when that is beneficial and even necessary. I really don't feel like this is one of those times. And of course, I decided to do this on a day when I'm wearing a white t-shirt. Tell me you didn't plan this without telling me you didn't plan this. Let's see how this goes. House is gonna smell like paint for a little while. That's to be expected, I guess. Right, now we just gotta let that dry, and I'll probably do like maybe one more coat, but that's how long that took. The bugs have left. It is a perfect time to let this sort of stuff dry, and now Lucky's got a tidier looking front step. And once it dries, I bet you that will be a much easier surface to put stuff like that alien tape on to, in an attempt, get this a little bit more weather sealed. But Lucky's an old van and the doors have never quite closed properly, in the sense that they've never been like super airtight. All that means is like right here in the wintertime, gets a little bit colder than everywhere else. It's not the end of the world. It's actually going to work out quite well. If I let this dry for about 20 minutes, do another coat, and then we'll have about an hour till we'll take the whole rig back to Walmart, and I gotta go get Brooklyn. So look how that worked out. Didn't even plan it, but sometimes happy accidents. I said the bugs left. Did you not get the memo? Oh, yikes. Tell me the good ship Lucky is getting old without telling me the good ship Lucky's getting old. I was wondering why, when I opened this door, it felt tighter than it normally does, like in a crazy way. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Why is that happening? And I look over here, and this is the only explanation I have. Can you see that? Where that little hole is. Look at how the body's bending. Hang on. Here might make it a little easier to see. So if I move the door in and out, you can see, yeah. Why is that part on Lucky so soft? This hinge has way too much movement. That's not good. If we look down there, that one's basically rock solid. That one rocks in and out. And that is definitely not something that I can simply just fix on my own. I don't even know how those stupid hinges are actually attached to the van. They're probably welded in some way. Just hold it together a little bit longer, Lucky, and we'll just keep this door shut for the foreseeable future. That's crazy. Woo! Okay, I should stop effing with it. And they say it rains, it pours, and stuff going wrong with the van and whatnot, and this, that, and the other thing. But honestly, when I think back over everything that's happened with the van since I got it and converted it into a place that I could live full time, I've been very fortunate. Like, it's a 2007 Chevy Express, just over 260,000 kilometers on it, which is very, that's decent mileage for sure. I've put a lot of that on there. When I purchased her, she was at about, I think it was 177. So, I mean, I haven't put 100,000 on her in almost 4 years, but by and large, in terms of like mechanical failures, there's only been one like huge freak out moment when I was on the highway and one of my idler pulleys broke in the engine and the belt came off and I lost all power and all of that stuff. But that was scarier than it actually was to solve, you know what I mean? Like, it was easy to fix. And then of course there was the time around Christmas in the middle of the winter when it was like minus 40 out and the whole thing just wouldn't start on me. And that's when I was still at the shop and we were able to get it going. I think then that issue was also spark plugs, if I'm being honest. So I've been very lucky with how well Lucky has held up over these last 4 years. Yes, I've done my fair share of preventative maintenance as well. I'm just saying, by and large, with vehicles these days, they're really not made to last, but Lucky ain't that new, and she's good to go. So I'm very fortunate with how well she stayed together. Alright, still waiting for this first coat to get a little drier. We're going to clean Penny's water dish while we have it as well. Load this sucker up with some vinegar. Just wipe it out. It's the only problem with these silicone bowls. It's great because it's spill proof, but they get dirty quick. You really got to stay on top of it, that's for sure. I don't know why I say that like a silicone bowl's at fault. I'm sure if it was a stainless steel bowl, it would gather just as much dirt. But you mean what I mean? You see what I mean? Like the edges are all like scuffy and dirty and whatnot. You don't see that with stainless steel, but stainless steel, the ones that I've used, are not spill proof. This one's nice and lightweight. Works perfect. Excellent. Now let's rinse a little bit of water through it. Give it a little rinse and dump right where I dumped out the water that was in it before I cleaned it. Back into the world from whence you came, H2O. All right, one more coat just to be on the safe side. The safe side of what? I don't know. Put the paint back in Grace so I don't forget it. And then recycle the VTOMAN. Yuck. All right, just to help avoid schmutz falling onto the wet paint, we will close the doors just a little bit. Give ourselves a little bit of protection here. Hello, Lucky Matt. And we'll just hang out in here for the next little bit till we gotta go. Try and get the place back into some sort of semblance of order. Where is, let me see, it's not gonna make it any better in here. But I did want to give a couple shout outs to some very kind supporters that sent me some things the other day. I wasn't filming, but I was talking about one of them on the live stream, which was from Jeremy. He sent me this, which doesn't probably look like much. It's a black rectangle, right? But it's actually a 15.6 inch monitor that connects via USB-C or micro HDMI. And I was using it on my last live stream to have I had my chat over here large, because I'm not getting any younger, and then the other screen over here on my laptop, per se, not where these bottle of boozes are currently. This is what happens when I start tidying up the tiny home. But yeah, it's a really cool monitor. I'm not going to hook it up right now, but it's also coming in super handy for editing. It just connects via USB-C cable. That's all it needs. If it's USB-C connection, that powers it up no problem, which is great. Actually, you know what? Well, here, I'll show you as quickly as I can. The cable's just over here by Penny. Excuse me, darling. There we go. And plug her in here. It should just immediately kick it on. I'll unlock the computer. Yeah, there you go. That's the brand of it. Hi, sweetheart. This is currently the vlog I'm editing. And what's really nice is now that it's connected, I can go up here in my editing program and go down to show and secondary display the viewer, and it'll pull the preview screen over here. So I have a full screen of what I'm editing while I'm going about my business. I was like, why is there no sound? We're like, all right, there is no sound here. And that's not even the right title for this vlog. This is the process. Yes, it is. And there's Lindsay and I walking back. So thank you very much, Jeremy. That's super cool, getting a little bit of more of a elaborate editing suite for me. And it's super lightweight, so it's easy to carry around if I wanted to go edit somewhere else, such as the library or something. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, it's better to have the door open, because then the sun will actually hit the paint and hopefully help it dry a little bit quicker. This bloody door! Don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break. There we go. Okay. All right, and this next thing is, this is kind of funny. I opened this box up. It's from Amazon, and it came from, oh my goodness, your name is slipping my memory right now. It came from Susan. Susan sent me this box. She said it was for my birthday. But the funny thing was, so what it is inside, it's just an absolute plethora of, look at this, of taco seasoning. My goodness, Susan. It's taco seasoning and fajita seasoning. So if you don't, Susan's been really paying attention. The taco seasoning, obviously when I have tacos. The fajita seasoning is when I make my chicken enchiladas. I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon. Thank you very much, Susan. As well as white salted caramel hot chocolate. So maybe, I wonder if it'll be chilly enough tonight to have one of those. I have not had anything like that yet this year. But yeah, there's even more. The reason why it's so funny, though, is she sent me this for my birthday, and obviously she must have checked, like, gift wrap. So when you do that on Amazon, it puts it into that little blue bag, like the ones that I have in the back of Grace that I'm saving to open up on my birthday vlog. There was a little tiny gift bag on top of everything with just one of these inside it. And I thought that was kind of humorous, to say the least. But anyway, Susan, thank you very much. This whole thing just smells divine. But I needed to give a shout out to you too. Thank you very much for thinking of me. I do greatly appreciate it. Okay, sun is out. Clouds have cleared up a bit. We're pulling 140 watts of solar right now. So I'm actually going to plug the EcoFlow into Lucky's cigarette lighter. It'll pull about 100 watts from the house batteries, which is way better than the inverter. And plus we're going to be running Lucky soon. Put this over here. Start giving it a little charge just to top it up a little bit more because of course the VTOMAN's dead. So this can actually get moved back into Grace for the time being, so it's a little bit easier to handle when I go back to Lindsay's tomorrow. Alright, we got the bowl nice and clean. Bring our food back down here. Yeah. And then our water dish needs to get filled. I might have polished off the chips, and all that's left is the chips that basically look like somebody's done this to. So frustrating. So put up another bag of those on the shopping list for this evening. That, along with what? Vinegar, probably some more paper towel. I think that might be all I need currently. Oh yeah, I'm not filling my water bottle. It doesn't need to be that full. Wow, calm down. All right, we're really going to put the no spill to the test here. I feel like it needs to be below a certain threshold or it stops being effective. Penny, start drinking. Oh yeah. Sad day. Add one more thing to the shopping list. Take it out with us now. I just was water picking my teeth, as I do, and that was the end of our water supply, so nobody can say I don't drink a lot of water. That is for darn sure. I feel like I just did this. But yep, that thing is good and empty. So yikes! Okay, this is good. This is a good excuse to reorganize in here. But for now, I just want you. Oh my goodness, everything's falling out. Oh, that's just unacceptable. There's no reason for me to take my water bottle out and have that many things falling. I've got so many like open bags of chips in here. It's time to put up or shut up, man. I honestly still can't believe I was getting water by those 4-liter jugs for as long as I was, when this is just such a more cost-effective solution. You can ride up here. Shotgun. Excellent. You know what? While we're here, we will also put the charging cable for the VTOMAN in the back. Got a little feeling that the price of gas and diesel might be going up fairly soon, so $1.43 a liter for gas, $1.54 a liter for diesel. Seemed like a good opportunity to stock up as best as we could. Plus, we are now at Superstore, and we can pop in there to see if they have that Siggy's ice cream and to restock the chip. And the vinegar and the paper towel. We'll see how much I can carry. I don't actually know if I have a grocery bag in here. So it might be a trip into Hotel Walmart once we get settled back there as well. But we came so far. Been a hot minute since we've been in here. Well, obviously I had to go for the limit then. It's the same price as it was at Walmart. I hope Siggy's didn't go out of business. Alright, that's in there. Penny, you are in need of the rest of your meat puck. There you are, my dear. That over there. This, oh yes, right. And our Siggy's into the refrigerator. Alright, and before we get too settled, into Hotel Walmart for the evening walk and to grab the last two things, which I believe is just vinegar and a paper towel. Hashtag my van life. Be right back. All right. You will complement you. Get that in there. The vinegar. Yeah, let's take a look at our step. Ooh. She's nice and smooth and mostly dry. Tomorrow we'll give it a little bit of a wipe and I'll put another strip of that tape on there. Now before I get too comfortable in here, I'm really wishing I would have done this earlier. Ooh, can I even get in here now that Grace is so close to me? Oh yeah, we're good. Hello, all of my shit. Ugh. There. Don't fall. I want to come right into this drawer here. Yeah. Sweatpants for the win. Hold on to those for me, would you, Penny? Uh-oh. Hello, darling. Hang on, let the white balance figure itself out. Excellent. Good night, world. See you tomorrow. I had this pulling air in while I was gone, so Penny had some nice fresh air. And it's chilly outside now. But you know what? It's not quite chilly enough for hot chocolate yet. So we're going to put a pin in that. And instead, we're going to make ourselves an adult beverage. I mean, I could make that an adult beverage if I had some Baileys. And if it was colder outside. Stay on point. Hello, Penny. Hang on, sweetheart. We're just getting into our evening attire. I'm going to, excuse me, steal those. Yes. There we go. Hey. Thanks for keeping everybody entertained. Oh, well, I changed my pants. It's one of those things where it's like, I always want to like end some vlogs with me like doing my nighttime routines and whatnot, and getting into bed and making myself comfy and cozy. But I never do that in my jeans, and I'm not just going to let everything hang out in my boxers, if you know what I mean. Which is literally just me in my box. All right, moving right along. So in here, we got our root beer. And actually, I was just restocking. I already have one that's open, so let's use you. And we'll save you for later. Where can you live? In everybody's favorite store-all. There you go. Perfect. All right, so this fresh bag of Chippets. Let's crack this bad boy. You want to sniff? You want some root beer? I don't think you'd like it. Make some room because we don't feel like dirtying a glass tonight. And we barely have any of this JD left. So, now we carefully use our accuracy, level everything up, and then we got ourselves a delicious root beer whiskey. Yum! Let's get this over here. Nice flat-ish surface for everything. Hi. Got our phone. Hiya. Got our drink. Come on in. And phone call, because you can't script this stuff. Be right back. Was that night on the marge of Lake Lebauge when I cremated Sam McGee. Now Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. And sometimes that happens. Okay, now get this place ready. Wait, where are my glasses? Got my glasses. Where's the remote for the TV? Excellent. Get comfy here. Bring the TV over this way. Although if I bring it too far, you won't be able to see what I'm doing. Lights are a little too bright. Let's get this going in here. There we go. Bring those down even more. I didn't turn the EcoFlow on, but that is a-okay because I can do this once the application loads. Come on, you. Ha ha ha. And then we give it a minute. Give the TV some power, and then boom. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Well, as you can see, I'm pretty much tucked in for the evening. I am going to continue Bad Monkey on Apple TV, which is actually quite enjoyable. Oh, I'm also getting an ad that Monopoly is back on at McDonald's. So happy I'm connected to the internet in here. Thank you, Roku TV. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to make myself comfy and just unwind and hopefully get another really good night's sleep tonight. So thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. But remember that you can't make everybody happy. You're not tacos.